Hi, church. I want to give us some encouragement for the week ahead. All revolves around the subject of prayer. First of all, new month of February. We have a prayer guide out for the month of February, and the theme, kind of continuing through the 4 weeks, is that of households, our own households. So we're praying for marriages, and then we're praying for parents and kids, and then we're praying for the household of faith at Crosspoint, and then in that final week we are praying for other churches, other households of faith in the area, praying for them by name, praying for their ministries and those kind of things. And so that guide, the link to that guide is in the description of this video as well as on our website, and it will be a handful of paper copies will also be at Guest Connections throughout the month. So I encourage you to be praying with those themes in mind. Secondly, following up from the message, what's a shameless, bold prayer that you are praying for in the year ahead? I would love to know that. I realize some of these might be really private and personal, so there's no obligation to share, but I would love to know if you're willing to share some things that you're praying, bringing before the Lord with confidence, asking, seeking, knocking, and praying with that in mind, praying for the Lord to be powerfully at work in. And so I would love to know that so that I could join with you in praying and then being watchful for how the Lord will be at work. So feel free to email me or let me know, and I would love to join you in prayer on a consistent basis as it relates to that. In that message, I referenced Hebrews 4:14 through 16, and it's interesting the chapter that I'm reading an excerpt from Gentle and Lowly deals with that scripture. So let me read the scripture, and then let me read an excerpt from Ortland's book. So Hebrews 4:14 through 16. Since then we have a great high priest who has passed through the heavens, Jesus, the Son of God. Let us hold fast our confession. For we do not have a high priest who is unable to sympathize with our weaknesses, but one who in every respect has been tempted as we are, yet without sin. Let us then, with confidence, draw near to the throne of grace, that we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need. And so a couple paragraphs from this chapter called Able to Sympathize. When the relationship goes sour, when the feelings of futility come flooding in, when it feels like life is passing us by, when it seems that our one shot at significance has slipped through our fingers, when we can't even sort out our emotions, when the long-term friend lets us down, when a family member betrays us, when we feel deeply misunderstood, when we are laughed at by the impressive, in short, when the fallenness of the world closes in on us and makes us want to throw in the towel, right there, we have a friend who knows exactly what such testing feels like and sits close to us, embraces us with solidarity. Our tendency is to feel intuitively that the more difficult life gets, the more alone we are. As we sink further into pain, we sink further into felt isolation. The Bible corrects that. Hebrews 4 corrects that. Our pain never outstrips what he himself shares in. We are never alone. That sorrow that feels so isolating and so unique was endured by him in the past and is now shouldered by him in the present. I pray that Hebrews 4:14 through 16 is a great encouragement to you, not only in your prayer life, but in understanding that Jesus is able to sympathize with our weaknesses. And we are able to trust in him because he endured great temptation and yet remained without sin. So he is worthy of our worship and worthy of our trust. I love you, church. Have a great week.